The new year sometimes comes with mixed feelings waiting to be discovered. Just like every other year, there's always that desire to take action, to plan out our goals, to design our vision boards, to build new habits, or to even create New Year resolutions. It is already 34 days into the new year, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say Happy New Year and welcome to 2024.
Welcome back to my channel. So today I am the client. We're not working on the wig, we're not working on the mannequin, and we don't have any live clients for today. So today I'll be the client. I just want us to use this opportunity to talk about the few reflections that I'm having around intentional living, YouTube, and everything in between. So let me take this opportunity to first start by saying Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024, and I hope that this year brings forth great things, many blessings, and also it will be a year of clarity, breakthrough, and amen to all your prayers, your desires, your aspirations in this new year. While I'm talking about some of this topic, I would also use the opportunity to finish up my hair. Before we start, I just wanted to share a few tips if you're looking to start braiding your hair at home by yourself. So before you start your braiding hair project, I would recommend you plan in terms of the hair extension, the style, the time, the resources that you will need for the hair project. Secondly, you have to wash your hair, moisturize, make sure your hair is taken care of, your natural hair. Thirdly, you also have to be mindful of the hair extension. You can use apple cider vinegar to treat the hair and to make sure that the hair is ready for your braiding project and it doesn't react in any way to your scalp. Once you're done with all the preparations that you need, we'll get into the braiding stage. So for this hair project, my idea is just to go for like a medium, large, medium. I have 5 rows on this side and 5 rows on the other side. What I usually would do is to pad out the 5 rows. I could braid down the 5 rows into 1 rows. That way it's easier for me to like unravel each row and then divide them into different blocks, like into different single braids that I will be working on. So in total for this hair, I think I have around either 56 or 58 braids in total. I'm using kinky hair. I would insert the picture here. So for the front and the middle of the braids, I'm using the full, like, you know, when you open up the pack of the hair, this is 1 strand, so I'm just using this for 1 braid. And then at the back, I took one of these and I split it into 2, so this is what I used at the back. And once I got beyond the first 2 or 3 rows, and as the length of the hair was getting shorter, I had to take a little bit hair from this ones and start feeding into the ends of the braids. That way the hair, like the length of the hair would be the same. I'll just take down the hair. Once I got to the front, I started using this. So what you have to be mindful of is as you're feeding in the hair into your natural hair, you want to make sure that the quantity of this kinky hair is commensurate with the portion of the hair that you're attaching the hair extension to. So if the hair it's smaller, like if you have a smaller portion of the hair, you don't have to add exactly the same portion, like this same amount of hair. All right, so that's with the extension. And then for the hair gel, I'm using lock and gel for the braiding, and also like if I want to lay my edges, I also use lock and gel. They're located in the US. I've been using them since 2021 and I've never looked back. I like the product. Additionally, I used the tiny plastic rubber bands to hold each individual portion of hair for each of the braids. That way it's easier for me. I have my note here with me, so in case you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes.
With the start of the new year, I'm currently having some reflections around adopting a healthy lifestyle, being more consistent around personal and career projects that are very important to me, adopting new habits that can help me to achieve my goals for this year. I'm a big believer in writing things down, including creating vision boards, even as we're instructed in the Bible in Habakkuk 2, verse 2. Beyond that, I still think it's very important for us to reflect inwardly, to take our lessons on the things that have worked for us the previous years, to think about areas that we need to improve on, to plan our goals in a more realistic way, and also to make room for live events that may happen beyond our control. So, based on my own personal reflection, here are a few things I'm reflecting around and I would love to share with you guys. The first item on my list is to define your why. WHY. What is your why, my darling friends? At the beginning of the new year, James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, in one of his newsletters dated January 4th, actually shared some lessons that we should take into consideration in this new year. In fact, one of the quotes resonated with me, and I'm just going to share it here. New goals don't deliver new results, new lifestyles do. And a lifestyle, it's a process, not an outcome. For this reason, all of your energy should go into building better habits, not chasing better results. I believe this actually captures what I'm trying to say. In essence, in setting out your goals for the new year, this is also applicable to me. We need to think about why. We need to think about our why. Why do we want to achieve that goal? Like, why are you making those plans? You need to sit down with yourself and think deeply about your objective, the purpose of the goal, and what is your why? Like, what is the drive force that is leading you to make that decision, to put in the effort, to put in the structure towards achieving this goal? Make sure the goals you're setting, make sure that the plans that you have for yourself for this year, it's not really based on what other people think, it's not based on people's expectations of you, but rather it is based on your personal desire, the zeal, and also that hunger and thirst to achieve something for yourself. The second item on my list is around implementation of our goals. It's so important for us to design beautiful vision boards, for us to attend vision board parties. Like I mentioned, I love vision boards. I believe in writing things down, but I think it's also important for us to put in the structure, to put in the system that would help us to achieve this result. Additionally, we need to apply the SMART technique to our goals. In drafting out your goals, in writing out your plans for the year, you need to make sure that it is specific, you need to make sure that it is measurable, you need to make sure that it's actionable and achievable. You need to also be realistic in terms of the resources, the time. I mean, everything you need to achieve this goal, even the workload you have, and also trying to create a balance. And you also need to make sure that the time you have, which is the T is for time bound, that the time you have is adequate enough to achieve the big goals that you have for this year. The other thing that I want to talk about in terms of implementation is putting in the structure. I'll give you an instance with myself. This year, I plan to be more consistent on YouTube, but in breaking down my goals to be consistent on YouTube, it's so realistic that I won't be able to produce 3 or 4 videos every week. All I can accomplish is to produce one video one week. And to put in the structure, I have designed a template when it comes to writing my description. That way, I just need to modify a few things when I have to post every video. Also, as part of my plan to put in the structure, I am also planning to delegate most of my tasks, such as video editing, voiceover for my videos, and also other administrative tasks. This is also to give me time to focus on my career and other personal commitments that I have. Using my example, I want you to think about how you can put in structures to implement the goals to achieve the result that you have for this year. The second item on my list is to reflect on the previous years. There are certain things that have worked well in the previous years. Go back and note those things down. It is also time for you to note out the things that didn't work. In planning out the goals for this new year, it is important for us to find out the areas that we need improvement. What are the things that didn't work? Why didn't it work? What can we do better? Do we need to employ the services of a coach? Do we need to employ the services of a professional who can help us? I mean, this also relates to the fact that failure is research. Because if you failed at a project, if you failed at achieving a particular goal or achieving a particular task, once you go back to pick up the lessons, you will find that you will do better because you're now coming in with a fresh eye to note out the things that didn't work, the areas that you need to improve, and to move ahead. The fourth item on my list, I mean, this should even be the first item, it's the mindset. The mind is everything. This year, we need to think big, and it all starts with our mind. I will also refer us back to the book of the Bible in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. In this year, I mean, I'm not just speaking to you, I'm also speaking to myself. We need to adopt a positive mindset. This is also similar to the concept of growth versus fixed mindset that was developed by the psychologist Carol Dweck in the year 2006. Having a growth mindset allows you to see opportunities even where there are challenges. Having a growth mindset enables you to adopt a beginner's mindset to approach different tasks as a beginner. While we're still talking about the concept of adopting a growth mindset in this year, I'd like to use this opportunity to invite you to the Business of Law conference. This year's theme is titled Shifting Mindset, Building Profitable Law Practice, and the event is scheduled to hold on Tuesday, 13th February 2024 in Lagos. Alright friends, I hope you take some of these reflections that I have discussed in this video into consideration as you plan for the new year. Although this conference is meant for lawyers, it's an avenue for us to learn about the business side of law, but all professionals are welcome to attend as well.
We will make a tutorial video on this channel, but until then, this is just my process for braiding my hair. I hope you guys had a wonderful time listening to me and my reflections for the new year, and I hope you have a wonderful year ahead. Alright, thank you so much for watching to this point and watching me braid down my hair. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Do stay blessed. I will insert a few pictures to show you the final outcome of my hair. Okay, bye.